too many
saturated now,
realtors. I
but
think there's more realtors than houses, obviously.
yeah, it might be, and that's because because you can't get into it without having a degree. You can just take a course, and people see, oh, realtors, they sell houses for this and this, and their commission is big, and this is this, so it looks attractive, from the outside looking in. Oh, they can do what they want, they make their own schedule, but it's not. It's not as glamorous, I think, as a lot of people think it is. They see these TV shows, $1 million listings, and all this and that,
show,
but it's it's far from that.
So you think people they chase it for like the lifestyle, right? It's definitely like obviously because lifestyle will bring you like they see like people wearing these nice suits, right? Or the women, they're dressed up nice, and then they always get out of a Jag or some kind of Beamer, right? And then they're like, you know what I mean? They're listing these like Beverly Hills homes, whatever, these homes on the beach in the Hamptons, whatever it may be. And so I think maybe they're following this lifestyle, right? But it's not if they're not into the grind, because it's not like you just say like, hey, okay, I'm gonna go sign up and be a realtor, I'm going to sell a house tomorrow, right? There's like a lot of things involved, right? So kind of tell me, so obviously you finished that, you're done, right? Your mom was already there. So she kind of gave you a little bump. So you kind of know what's up, at least you got some inside, information. What would be the first step to even getting a sell, man, or even doing that? How do you do that?
Well, it really depends on which route you want to go. So what I'm working with REE Broker Group. It's a brokerage out of Oceanside. So obviously I'm not in Oceanside, it's down in San Diego. So they give us the tools we need. We can call them, we can email them. They'll give us whatever we need, to make sales. And once we go into escrow, we can hire, transaction coordinators to do stuff. But I'm pretty much on my own for the most part. So as far as marketing goes, as far as networking goes, that's all me. I have to go out and find people to sell a house to, or, so say I find somebody who's interested in, getting a house. Okay, well, let me get your pre-approval letter. What are you looking for? Let's go start looking. We just start looking. Right. And then, you want to buy this house? All right, go, let's put an offer in. And then we just go from there. I mean, once you actually get into it, it's pretty simple, but it's just a matter of getting the client,
So like when these people work, and I'm asking you because I don't know, when these people work, and somebody who's listening probably interested in this, when people are like listed with these big companies like Lion or whatever they may be, or whatever, Century, I don't even know the names, Remax, right? So like, when they're like when they work for them, they're getting more leads, right? Like they're obviously getting more opportunities to sell houses, but how does that work? Or
100%. Yeah, they're getting way more volume just because they have the resources. It's a big company. They've been, whatever. So yes, they're getting more volume. But if you have your license with those type of brokerages, they're taking a larger percentage than if you were to just be doing it on your own. So, I may only sell, say I only sell a house every 2 months. And they sell, I don't know, let's say 3 houses every 2 months. I may be making a larger portion on my commission just because I don't have anyone taking a big percentage away. Whatever I sell with the company that I'm with, I send them off a small little, it's a flat rate, it's a flat fee. So anything under, say, $600,000, it's a flat fee. So I'm not getting so much taken away from me. On the flip side, though, I don't have that backing of a big company like you said, like a Remax or a Coldwell Banker or just any of those places.
Right, Century or I don't know the Century. I forgot.
Yeah,
21. I think I'm not sure what.
Berkshire Hathaway, places like that.
So so then so that's pretty much like working for like a little franchise, right? And then you're like kind of doing your own thing, right? So you're kind of trying to like grind it out on yourself. So the advantage is that you make more on the end, but like to get those leads is probably harder, right? So they get easier leads.
Yeah, work a little harder.
Make less each time, right?
Right. And a lot of it, I mean, for me, a lot of it has just become networking, just the people I know, because I do have another full-time job. So anybody want to buy a house there, they come to me because they know, I'm the resident realtor, in my
at work.
Where I work.
So you're that Herbalife Tupperware guy, but you're selling houses.
Right. So networking is just how I do it. And then, my mom, she has a much larger volume than I do because that's her full-time thing. And so say she's, tied up with however many clients and she has a client that needs something, she'll call me, she'll lob me a client. Hey, can you help me out with that? Can you take care of that one? Right. And so that's been some of my business as well. So that's been helpful.
So kind of thinking about that, like, so your mom was doing it. You said she does it full time, right? Like what does she, how did she get into that? Like, why did she get into real estate like that? Or do I have to bring her on? Bring her on. We could.
You might have to. You might have to
do it from the command center.
Command center.
At the Blair.
No, I would say what?
We could do it from the Blair household. You know what I mean? We can go to the command center.
Yeah, they'd be down. But she's big on. She's a traveler, so
Okay.
she is all about when she can get away. She's out of here. She's going to her beach house. She's going, to Jamaica. That's just what she likes to do.
Right.
And so I think that was attractive for her. Was okay. I can sell a couple houses and then I can go on vacation. I can do this and I can relax. I can work from the house.
Yeah.
And that was it. She's always been that. She's just an entrepreneur, just by nature.
Yeah, man. So she had the daycares right before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was big in daycare before that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, so you got a little family thing going. You guys selling houses, and then so anybody who wants to get like into real estate, like I don't know, I kind of see them, and I'm kind of like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, do you think people need some kind of business background before they get into it? Like at least some kind of customer service or business training or something? Or you think it's that easy to just get in there and do it?
I mean, you got to know how to talk to people. So I mean, if you need customer service training for that, then sure. But no, I mean, if you know how to talk to people and you know how to network and you know how to just apply yourself to whatever you're doing, you can get into it. It's just you got to know it's not going to be. You're not going to start out making $100,000. Your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, it could be just like a $60,000 a year job. It could be a $40,000 a year job. It just depends on how much you're grinding, because you have to grind. I mean, you have to.
So like you say, you don't get that many leads. Do you think it's important? Like, I see a lot of realtors, they do different ways, and you can kind of tell me what you do. I see realtors like they're all over the Instagram or they're all over the TikTok, whatever it may be, right? They're trying to use the social media to like get out there. Or they got or they got the bus bench, or they got the church bulletin. I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's worth advertising, or do you kind of just stay away from that?
So what I do, we kind of do the old school thing. I got postcards. I got a box of postcards.
Right.
I get a list of homes.
Okay.
I print out labels, slap them on the postcards. I'm shipping out postcards. So now everybody's seeing, me. So that's how we kind of do it. I'm not big yet on social media. That is obviously the way I think everything is going as far as marketing and advertising social media. But I've found success in just doing the old school networking, hey, tell a friend to tell a friend, I get a sale. Hey, tell your family, tell your friends, that way.
Yeah, so you kind of take it more as a passive thing, right? Like kind of like on the side, like if you get a house, you get a house, or what? Like, or do you think obviously if you went full in, you probably make more money doing it, right? You wouldn't have to do your day job.
Yeah. I'm because I have a full-time job, which I'm comfortable in, which is not a great thing that I'm comfortable there, because maybe if I wasn't so comfortable there, I would jump
grinding
into
more. Yeah, right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that it's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have on the side. To just some passive income.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll just let it out there. You helped me buy my home. So was I easy buyer, or was I one of those tough buyers, or what? Go ahead and be honest.
No, I would say no, you were relatively easy because you were ready to go. And you knew that once you found something, you were eager to get into something. But you got people who they tell you they want to buy, and then they take you out, you take them out to to see houses, and then you find out that they might not actually be that ready. And so you've wasted time. And that's another thing you got to be prepared for. You got to be prepared to have clients who are not going to buy homes. You got to be prepared to waste a little bit of time. Well, yeah, I call it wasting time. Because
you can't say you're investing time. No, that's a waste of time to me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
But people call you up, right? They want, and there's no knock, because obviously when somebody like, maybe they want to buy a home, but they think they're ready, but they're not, right? So they start looking, you know what I mean? And we did that, right? We looked a couple times before we were really ready to kind of, and you kind of get like the idea, and then like, okay, now we're ready, you go for it. But like you said, it comes from a different like situation, right? So some people come like, okay, I'm buying an investment property. So they're probably going to be kind of picky, right? They're like, oh, I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for this. Somebody wants a new home and they need it now, right? Because they're moving or whatever it may be. And they go for it, right? So like our situation, I thought was really easy, right? Because it's like, okay, we have the money that we need. We know the area where we want to go, right? We've been talking about this for a little bit. And what did we look at, Shelby? Right. Like 3 houses or something? And then we just pull the trigger?
Yeah, at least 3, I think. Yeah.
But the other ones, the only reason we didn't get those because they already had offers. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was our fault.
Right, yeah.
It's like,
right.
Had offers. So, right now it's so competitive, right? With the housing market, right? Everybody was like just putting offers down. Has it kind of slowed down right now because of COVID or what?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the uncertainty of the pandemic has kind of, things aren't like completely stalled or, tanking or anything, but it's just a little less hot right now. I mean, for obvious reasons. You still have those people who are ready to go. I mean, regardless of the pandemic, you still got people who are making money. You still got people who are wanting to buy a house, who are wanting to get in a home. And so, I mean, so there's sales are still happening. What was I going to say? Oh, going back to your clients. I had a client who we saw maybe 15 homes. I mean, we were. He was.
I heard this story. I didn't want to bring up the story, but go ahead, bring it up. Yeah, go ahead. 15 homes. Okay.
Yeah. So he would call me just randomly, like, "Hey, this property I want to take a look. Can we go look at it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." So we look at it, and he's like, "Okay, there's another one. Can we go look at this one?" And we're just hopping around looking at homes. And I maybe had this client for 3 months. All right. And at the end of it all, no sale. And so that's hours that I just put in that I'm not getting paid for. I'm not getting, a check for driving him around or going over his houses. So you got to be prepared for that also. And that could be a little hard because the next time the next client comes up that's like that, you might be a little like, I don't know, so, and you can't bank on that. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
And you want to go in with the open mind, right? Like, you don't want to see a customer that, okay, man, waste my time again, right? So when you get a phone call or you get somebody that wants to see home, like, you got to start fresh, right? You got to have the open mindset, like, okay, this person wants to buy a home, right? You can't just be like, oh no, you know what I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna ignore this person because I feel like they're gonna waste my time, right? You don't want to do that. So
right, no. And so
he didn't end up buying a house, right?
No, he didn't. And one of the things that after that, because I think he was ready to go, but I've made the mistake early on of anyone who was even talking about buying a house. Let's go start looking. What do you want to see? I'm gonna start looking at this. And then I find out they don't have the funds. Or they, their financial situation wasn't where it needed to be to get a mortgage. So now I need an approval letter. I need to know that you are ready to put in an offer today, before I even go start showing stuff, just to save a little bit of my time.
And that's what people want to see, right? I think a lot of people do that, right? Like, hey, I need to see the
approval. Yeah.
Kind of explain that. What's the approval letter and how do people get that?
You can go to your bank or you can go to a loan officer and just tell them, hey, I'm ready to buy a house, and they'll walk you through the process. That's not my thing. That's another. Yeah.
And they're pretty much just vouching for you, like, hey, they're vouching for you, like, hey, this person has this kind of money to buy a home, right? Or this.
They have enough money. Yeah, right.
They're able to get this loan, but there's still things after that maybe stop you from getting it, right?
Oh,
like,
man.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Just you having the money is not enough sometimes, to get into a house.
Yeah, because when we got the letter, I remember, our dude, when we got the letter, he just kind of went and banked off what we told him. You know what I mean? So like he wrote it up just based off what we told him. So we could be lying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we weren't, but I could see where it's.
And they will find out. If you're lying, they will find out eventually.
And they make a big.
Because they go through everything.
Yeah, they go through. Oh, why did you have this deposit for $18? Like what? Like I don't know. Like
where'd that come from? Please write me a letter and tell me where that $18.
Write me a letter. Yeah, who gave you this $150? Like that's nothing, man. What do you mean?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They're trying to cover their bases. Yeah.
Right. So how much time do you think you spend? Like you say you're not advertising. So are you just waiting for a call right now at this point, or are you just like at least trying to get in the market again? Or
no.
What?
So yeah. I mean, I'm always on the MLS, which is the Metro list, looking at homes and seeing what the market is doing and seeing what's becoming available, seeing what's back on the market, seeing if the prices are fluctuating, and then I also get in there and look at foreclosures. That's something that's available to me, and I may try and reach out to people to try and see if they want to sell. Because a lot of times in the database that we have, we can see what is still owed on the house, or what is what still needs to be paid, or what the bank is going to do if they don't pay it by this time. And so it's good to have that information available, because I can reach out and say, hey, well, maybe you want to think about selling, maybe you want to, so I do a lot of that. So it's not just sitting and waiting, you got to be active somehow.
Yeah, you have to, right? So,
yeah.
Okay, so your day-to-day job, right? So, what do you do for that? What do you do? What do you do to pay your bills?
So I am a manager at a hotel.
Okay.
So hospitality. Yeah.
So so there you got. So okay, you told me you're an introvert, right? You told me you're a shy guy. You don't talk, right? You kind of keep to yourself.